Hello. For those who don't know me, my name is Miss Jordan, and I am the Youth Education Coordinator at MOA. Thank you so much for joining us for today's Mini Masters at Home program. In keeping with our traditional Mini Masters format, today we're going to be starting off with an art discussion, followed by story time, and conclude with an art project. In this first video, we will have both our art discussion and story time. Then on our website, wisconsinart.org, there will be a second video in which we'll have the art project. In addition, there will be a PDF file listing all the supplies needed for that project. Before diving straight into our art discussion for today, I do have some very exciting news to share. MOA will be reopening its doors to the public on July 8th. Please note that we do have safety procedures in place, and we are asking everyone to wear a mask. So before going to see MOA, make sure you check out our website and see what some of those safety precautions are. In addition, we have reinstalled lots of new artwork in the galleries. So not only will it be great to have everyone back, it'll be new artwork to see as well. So let's start with our art discussion for today. The piece we'll be looking at will be one of the new pieces in MOA. It is an art installation piece by Jennifer Angus. Let's look at it. So let's look at this artwork a little bit closer. Like I said, it is by Jennifer Angus, and she titles this piece Still Lives. This is brand new at MOA. It was installed in 2020, just last month. What are some things that you notice about this artwork? What do you think it's made out of? Let's take a closer look and see what we notice. This piece is actually made up of bugs and insects. And they are, instead of being on a canvas or a board, they're actually pinned right to the wall. In addition, there are little terrariums that are on shelves that have either floral pieces or other bugs in it as well. What do you think these bugs are? Do you recognize them? These bugs are called cicadas, and they are very large, and they only come out once every 17 years. In fact, this year they'll be returning. What else do you notice? Do the bugs make a shape on the wall or a pattern? I notice a repeating pattern, but also in the empty spaces, there is a shape like triangle. So we do get shapes from the absence of the art. What else do you notice? Do you like this artwork? This installation is more than just what you see below. It is actually on 2 walls. And so there are lots of things to take into account and lots of details that this one image doesn't have. So I strongly encourage that if you're in the area, make sure you stop by MOA and get a closer look at this work. The cicadas are really big. They can be a little scary, but they're really cool to see all the detail up close. How does this make you feel? Are you confused? Are you happy to see bugs on the wall? What do you think? Today's theme is all about bugs and insects. So we're going to be reading a story that has to do with that. Once we are done reading our story, we're going to come back and have a closer look at our art. Let's go to our story now. Today we're going to be reading Pipsy, Nature Detective, The Disappearing Caterpillar by Rick Dodanto. Again, it's Pipsy, Nature Detective, The Disappearing Caterpillar by Rick Dodanto, and it's through Two Lions Publishing as well as Amazon Publishing. I do want to point out that we are able to read this story through Amazon's free Kindle download program. In addition, all of the stories that we've been reading on Mini Masters at Home can all be found on the free ebook list. So let's get on with our story for today. It was a beautiful morning at Pipsy's house. Pipsy wiped the sleepies from her eyes and looked at Alfred Z. Turtle. She saw something so silly. She had to rub the sleepies from her eyes again. Alfred had a row of stripes right down the middle of his head. Pipsy looked at him closely. Alfred, I think you're turning into a tiger. Alfred walked over to his mirror, slowly. That's how turtles walk, and looked up. As sure as the shell on his back, there were yellow and black stripes on his head. Pipsy took out her magnifying glass. After all, she was a nature detective. It's a baby caterpillar, she said. She's smiling at me. She has big blue eyes and the cutest dimples. Hi, my name is Franny, the caterpillar said. Can I be your friend? That would be excellent, Pipsy replied. I love making new friends, and Alfred does too. Pipsy, Alfred, and Franny became excellent friends. For the next week, they played silly games like, I'm Franny. You look good in stripes, Alfred. But most of the time, Franny just ate and ate and ate and grew bigger and bigger and bigger. In 10 days, Franny was more than 1,000 times bigger than the day she met Pipsy and Alfred. If I grew as much as Franny, said Pipsy, I would be gigantic. One morning, Pipsy woke up extra early, ready to play. But Franny had vanished. Where could she be, Pipsy wondered. Alfred, we have a mystery to solve, Pipsy said. Without a doubt. We'll figure this out. Let's go. Pipsy and Alfred looked in the dark and icky places. She's not in here. Phew-wee. Wow-wee. I love peanut butter and jelly. And they looked in sweet and sticky places. Alfred looked inside Pipsy's hat. Pipsy looked inside Alfred's shell. No Franny anywhere. Pipsy, but no Franny. Pipsy climbed up to her detective treehouse to get her nature detective tools. Put on your detective cap, Alfred. It's time to hunt for clues. Franny liked the garden. Let's start there. Can we start with lunch instead? Look, Alfred. These leaves are all chewed up. I bet Franny ate them. I have a nose for clues, and this smells like a clue. We need to find out more about these leaves. Follow me. I have a nose for lunch, and those leaves smell delicious. Pipsy and Alfred went to the insect garden at the zoo to learn about the leaves. They saw a plant exactly like the one in Pipsy's yard. It was called milkweed. Wow, caterpillars sure love milkweed, Pipsy said. Hey, Alfred, you can't eat that. That's our clue. Finally, lunchtime. I wonder what that green dangly thingy is, Pipsy said. It's called a chrysalis, said a man with a colorful badge. Alfred read the badge. It said, Ask me about bugs. We're looking for our friend Franny the caterpillar. Pipsy said, Can you help us? We met her 2 weeks ago, and last night she vanished. Poof, gone. Look for a chrysalis like this, the man said. Keep watching it, and you'll find Franny, but she'll look very different. Come on, Alfred, let's make this mystery history. Pipsy and Alfred rushed home slowly, because that's how turtles rush, and they found a chrysalis hanging in their backyard. They checked it every day for 9 days, and on the 10th day, Pipsy looked at it real closely, and a monarch butterfly came flying out. Pipsy looked at the butterfly's big blue eyes. And then she noticed the cute dimples. Look, Alfred, it's our Franny. We found her. Look, I can fly. Wow, it is Franny. Another mystery is history. Now let's eat. The end. Now that our story is over with, I just wanted to take a second to come back to our artwork by Jennifer Angus and see if we can make any other connections. Pipsy was a nature detective and looked for all the clues within nature. Does anyone have a garden or a park that's either near their house or they like to go to? Do you notice any bugs or insects when you go through them? Next time you go for a walk, take a closer look to see if you notice the types of flowers or the types of bugs you can find in those spots. Does this artwork make you think of anything else? Do the cicadas remind you of butterflies? Do they remind you of a moth or something else? When you guys are ready, make sure you go back to our website, wisconsinart.org, to go to the second video to do our art project. Our art project will also be keeping up with the theme of bugs and insects. Thank you so much for joining us for another Mini Masters at Home program, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.